Oh, good morning. It's just me this morning. My wife has the day off. She's at home with Gia. And I'm on my way home now to see them. But, we are trying to get in the habit of posting more regularly. And I have some other ideas for some posts with her family included. But the topic this morning, had my wife been here, would have been, do you tell your partner that you love them? I've been in relationships in the past where, people say, oh, well, I don't need to say it because I show it. And, there's always a saying, actions speak louder than words, but I think that in this case, they both go hand in hand. Excuse me. So I feel that I tell my wife I love her, and it's something that it just moves me to say all the time. And I'm not saying this is got to be you. I'm just saying me. Every day, first thing I do when I wake up and I see my wife, I tell her I love her. And it's not something that's just habitual to where there's no emotion behind it. I actually do mean it when I say it every time. Just like I do that with my children. I tell my children I love them. They tell me they love me. I think they're so used to me saying it to them all the time. They say it to me so much. And I just feel, this could span not just with the person you're in a relationship with, but the people that you are in relationships with, meaning like your family, your friends, anybody who's of value to you. I just, if a person has a problem, you telling them that they love you, that you love them, then they have a problem. I never had an issue with my wife saying I love you. I will say, though, in the beginning of our relationship, because of my wife's culture, quite possibly, because she said that a woman does not speak out of turn. So in the beginning, she didn't tell me she loved me. And I was always telling her all the time, oh, I love you, honey. And then I told her, I said, I don't want to feel like this is uneven. So I know you love me. I can tell by your actions. But it'd be nice if you told me every once in a while. And she goes, well, that's just, initially it was saying, that's just my personality and it's just how I grew up. We didn't say that, that kind of stuff. So, of course, now she does. We've been together for a while now. And for me, it was very important to hear it. It doesn't mean I have to hear it all the time. But I can promise you right now, if you aren't telling your mate that, someone else will. And if someone else will, that doesn't mean that the person you're with will become a cheater. But they may enjoy hearing that from someone else. Like, not necessarily I love you, but, just compliments in general, So I guess this post can be about compliments in general, not just whether or not you tell someone you love them, because that is a compliment. It's just my personality. And it's kind of funny because I'm not an insecure person, but when it comes to, wow, this is a big dumbass. Man, I hope all 4 of your tires go flat. This guy drove around this whole line of cars just to get up front behind a slow truck. Like, how far did you get but 2 cars in front? People are stupid. And I get sensitive to that kind of stuff because I was in a really bad car accident years ago, so. And you got 90-day tags on. It's always in people with 90-day tags. Stupid dummies. I'm sorry. Anyway, so how often do you compliment your partner? I think that some people can take too many compliments as a sign of maybe their partner is cheating on them or whatever, which means you probably weren't doing enough anyway. Not saying that you have to do it all the time. Like I said, we're all different. So I'm not here, my wife is not here to try to make people do something totally different in their relationship that we do exactly in our relationship, because that's not how it works. It's just, giving advice to maybe certain things you can tweak or change to make it better. And I compliment my wife all the time. And I don't compliment my wife just to, to kiss her butt or something, or to, get something. She even on Valentine's Day, Sweetie's Day, she says, don't get me things because you treat me this way all the time. She said, if you got me something on Valentine's Day, then I would think something was wrong. So that's a compliment to me because, I look at my wife and I just go, wow, honey, you're just beautiful. You look beautiful today. Or your eyes look so beautiful. Your hair looks nice today. And, it could be just something simple like, oh, I like what you got on. You look nice today. Because same thing I said about it, so if you're not telling your partner you love them, if you're not complimenting your partner, someone will. People compliment my wife all the time when I'm not around her. My wife is beautiful. So, but she doesn't care, I think that we all enjoy getting compliments. So I'm sure for certain, and she's even said that she enjoys getting compliments, but she doesn't try to fish for compliments. She doesn't try to seek them out because I give her compliments all the time. But let's say that I was a complete a-hole and I never complimented my wife. All these men out there that are saying, oh, you're so beautiful. That might eventually start to, work on her and she might actually reach out to somebody else. So those are things you have to think about when you're in a relationship. What are you doing that can hinder, or what could you do that could help in your relationship? That was also a thing my wife didn't do at the beginning. She didn't compliment me as much. But other women would compliment me. Now, I'm mature about it though. And like I said, because we're best friends, I told my wife, I said, hey, honey, you don't ever say anything about the clothes I wear or how I'm looking, especially if I get out of the shower and I do myself up, look, like shave and we're going to go out to dinner with your family or something. You don't ever say, oh, wow, you look really nice. But other women do. Some women have done it in front of my wife. If we're grocery shopping and they don't know my wife is with me. Some women have actually complimented me about, oh, you look, your clothes look nice, or where did you get that shirt? Or, oh, I like how you look. And my wife thinks it's fair that I give off too many pheromones or something because it happens more times than I care to even admit. I don't know why. I'm not bragging about it, but for some reason women flirt with me a lot. I also think maybe because I'm friendly, I'm respectful, and my wife says she can recognize that, which is why my wife asked me out on a date, and number two, she asked me to marry her. But she said that I was a true man and I had a good heart. And she said a real woman will recognize that. Okay? I don't know, but those things happen. But I told her, I said, I'd appreciate it, if you commented more, once in a while, just so I know I don't feel, because, as I get older, I'll start to wonder, man, I don't look nothing like I used to look, or, it just happens as you get older. You start to doubt how you look anymore, sometimes look in the mirror, I don't look in the mirror, I don't even think I look good like I used to look. So it is nice if you compliment your partner and you tell them, and don't make some stuff up, if they're looking crappy that day, unless you see, like my wife sometimes, she might wear something which is extremely rare, something like just throw something on bummy, but I still see how beautiful my wife is, and I will compliment. I will say, just the way you turned and looked at me, your eyes just, I don't know, you just got beautiful eyes. I love them. And she does. That's one of my things. One of the things I always liked about women was their eyes. And her eyes are just beautiful. I'm stuck in them things all the time. So, but anyway, I made that compliment to her and she was like, oh, I look like crap though. Well, she said I look like shit. My wife cusses like a sailor, trust me. People think that I cuss more than my wife. No. And I cuss. And like I said, I try to tone it down for YouTube. But my wife, I try to tell her ahead of time before we go on YouTube, watch how much you cuss. Because my wife will cuss. She is a master of cursing. But, for her, it made her feel good, And she didn't tell me after a few days later when I complimented it. And I didn't expect her to compliment back or anything. But a few days later, she said, you know what? Hey, thank you, honey. I was just feeling like crap that day. So I just threw on some crappy clothes. But, what you said, it made me feel good. There you go. And that's our job, as a husband and wife or if you're in a long relationship, to, boost up your partner and keep them going. That is my goal with my entire family. I'm always, and it's not a thing where I'm tired or to me it is a hard task to be a father or to be a husband. I think it is definitely a busy task, but it's not hard for me. And I've had debates with, a few women that say it is hard. I haven't heard it from men though. I've heard it from some women. It's hard, being a mother. It's hard being a wife. But I don't know. Not for me. It's not hard being a husband, and it's not hard being a father. These are things that I chose to do. I chose to have children. I chose to have the life that I have, so it's not hard. I expected it. It's not a job for me to be a father or a husband. It is a life choice. And I know there's going to be some people out there that's going to disagree with me on that, but that's just what I feel. It's a life choice that I made. It's not a job. But I love doing those things. I love, guiding my children through life, helping my children out, being there for my children, and being there for my wife. They all come first. I've had friends that think it's a show and that I'm kissing my ass just so I can maybe try to be a cheater or sneak behind their back. I've had friends actually tell me that, because most of my friends who are married, on their phone, their wallpaper on their phone will be naked chicks or women in bikinis that aren't their wife. My screensaver on my phone, the lock one on the outside is my wife. The one on the inside screensaver my phone is my family. That's just me. That's how I am. I don't. Why would I need to have pictures of some other woman on my phone and look at her all the time when I can look at my wife all the time instead? So that's just my dedication, and it could be possibly because the way I grew up. My parents had a lot of problems, and of course they eventually divorced when I was a teenager, and I didn't want that. I didn't even want to get married. Honestly, I didn't even want to get married when all through my life until I met my wife. I was married before, and she was a great woman, but I didn't want to be married. There were things I just didn't, I don't know. So then I got divorced. And I wasn't even looking to get married when my wife came along. She was my supervisor, and you have to go back and look at videos on how we met, and then you can see, we go through all that in those videos. But I was fine. I was living my life, enjoying my children, enjoying my life, and boom, she came out of nowhere. Cold knocked me out, seriously. But I just wanted you guys to feel free. We enjoy the comments we've gotten so far, and as we get more comments, then we'll do videos on the comments on our feed. But like I said, we enjoy being social. We don't argue often. We don't care to really argue or be negative, because we just steer clear of negativity. Unless it's something that warrants an actual response. But stupid arguments, and I'll admit that we've deleted, cruel comments and racist comments and of that nature. And we did one video of our first hate message on our YouTube channel. But that's just how it works when you have a channel. You're going to have to take the good with the bad. So we just like to keep it positive. Everybody have a good day. I still have some minutes to go before I get home. And I can't wait to see my wife, see my beautiful daughter. And I miss my sons. They were over my house this weekend, so I don't have them next weekend. But the spring, this is the first day of spring, so we will be. What are you doing? Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh, I see why. Okay, my bad. But anyway, sorry about that. That's how it works when you go live. But my sons, the first day of spring today, so they'll be spring break. They'll be over my house the whole week. Summer break, they're over my house a lot. winter break. They're in my house a lot, so but it's still difficult when my sons aren't with me. So that's why I got them both iPhones, so they can like video chat me whenever they want. They can see me whenever they want, and I can talk to them whenever I want. But since we're getting off subject here, I'm going to shut up now. You guys enjoy your day. Peace in the Middle East. 95,000.